Your person sees you as their one and only true love, the kind of connection people spend their entire lives hoping to find. When they think of you, they feel a deep sense of comfort, belonging, and emotional clarity. You have a rare ability to help them tune in with their inner self, guiding them, sometimes gently, sometimes firmly, toward understanding their own emotions, behaviors, and desires. In your presence, they feel safe enough to open up, to be vulnerable, and to explore parts of themselves they once kept hidden. This inner alignment you help them achieve brings out the very best in them, and they are fully aware of how profoundly you influence their growth. They often reflect on how the two of you complement each other in a way that feels almost fated. To them, the future feels bright and full of possibility because they see both of you as capable, emotionally mature individuals who have put in the work to understand yourselves and each other. Your person wholeheartedly believes that together, you can build a beautiful, stable, and meaningful life, one filled with mutual respect, passion, and shared dreams. They see in you all the potential to become not just a wonderful wife or husband, but a true life partner, someone who can stand beside them through every season of life. What stands out most to them is your combination of sensibility and sensitivity. You are someone who can feel deeply, yet also think clearly. You understand people and situations on a deeper level, and your emotional intelligence is something they admire immensely. They believe your heart is pure, your intentions are sincere, and your ability to empathize with others is something that will make your shared home warm, compassionate, and filled with understanding. They often feel that committing to you would make them the happiest and luckiest man or woman in the world, not because you are perfect, but because you are real, loyal, thoughtful, and emotionally attuned. Your person especially treasures your strength. You carry a strong personality, not in a forceful or overpowering way, but in a way that inspires and uplifts the people around you. They have always wanted someone who could ground them, someone who wouldn't just agree with everything they do, but who would show them the right path when they wandered or made mistakes. You do this in a way no one else ever has. You don't judge, criticize, or belittle, you guide with love, patience, and wisdom. They find peace in the way you communicate, because you don't attack their flaws, you help them understand them. You are the one person who can teach them important lessons gently, without making them feel unworthy. This guidance you offer isn't something they take for granted. They know how rare it is to find someone who can both challenge and nurture them at the same time. Because of this, they have grown more self-aware, more responsible, and more emotionally mature. They see how much they have evolved since meeting you, and they also notice how the connection has helped you grow in your own ways too. This mutual evolution makes them feel even more confident that the bond you share is genuine and built to last. They often imagine what life would look like with you long term, waking up beside you, supporting one another's dreams, building a home, and sharing your successes and struggles as a unified team. When they think about the future, they don't feel fear or uncertainty, instead, they feel excitement and calmness. To them, choosing you is choosing peace, stability, love, and soulful companionship. Their feelings have reached a point where they know what they want, and that is you. They are planning to propose to you when they return because they feel the timing will be perfect. They believe that both of you have grown individually and as a couple, reaching a level of understanding and emotional maturity that lays the foundation for a long-lasting partnership. They want the proposal to symbolize not just love, but growth, mutual respect, and the strong emotional bond you've developed over time. In their heart, they are certain, you are the one they want to build a life with. They see you not just as a partner, but as a soulmate, someone who understands them in ways nobody else ever has. The depth of your connection, the emotional healing you've given each other, and the shared vision of your future all reaffirm their desire to take the next step. They are preparing themselves emotionally, mentally, and practically for the moment they can stand before you and ask you to share your life with them. Your person's love for you is sincere, grounded, and purposeful. They cherish your presence, admire your strength, and deeply appreciate the way you gently guide them toward becoming a better version of themselves. They see your relationship as something incredibly special, something worth committing to, protecting, and celebrating for the rest of their lives. It's incredibly hard to walk away with a broken heart, and lately I've been forced to confront the consequences of everything I've done. The more I reflect, the more I realize how deeply my actions have affected you. I can no longer hide from the truth. I was careless with your heart, with your trust, and with the love you so freely offered me. You showed up for this connection with sincerity, dedication, and emotional maturity, while I often showed up with ego, frustration, and thoughtlessness. You were the one consistently putting more effort into us, doing the things I should have been doing, giving the reassurance I should have been giving, and holding the emotional space that should have been my responsibility to share with you. You stepped into both the masculine and feminine roles so gracefully, offering strength when I felt weak and softness when I was too hardened to receive it. You handled every situation with patience and compassion, while I allowed my own ego and unresolved frustrations to dictate my behavior. As a man, I should have been reliable, understanding, and protective of your feelings, but instead I behaved in ways that were toxic, arrogant, and unfair. You remained humble and kind through it all, even on the days when I could see the sadness quietly lingering in your eyes. That sadness was a reflection of my failures, and recognizing that now fills me with a level of shame that is difficult to put into words. When I think about the moments you comforted me, times when you tried to lift me out of my own emotional storms, I realize how much grace and love you gave me without hesitation. And yet, instead of appreciating your efforts, I reacted out of anger, insecurity, and frustration. I let my emotions lash out, and you became the one who absorbed the impact of my immaturity. You were always there to steady me, to reassure me, to remind me that love could be gentle even when life was not. But in return, I made you feel unsure of yourself, of your feelings, and of your place in my life. I know I made you question your worth, and that is something I will always regret, because you deserved the exact opposite. I feel extremely guilty for the pain I caused you, pain you never earned or deserved. There is nothing I can say that will erase what happened, but I need you to know that my remorse is real and my apology is sincere. I am sorry for every moment I made you feel small, for every time I dismissed your emotions, and for every second you felt alone while trying to love me. I am sorry for not seeing clearly what I had right in front of me. And believe me when I say that I still love you, deeply, honestly, and in ways that I am only now beginning to fully understand. I keep replaying everything in my mind, wondering how I could have caused so much pain to someone who loved me with such purity and devotion. You gave me so much of your heart, so much of your trust, and so much of yourself. You loved me with a sincerity that is rare, and instead of cherishing it, I mishandled it. That realization is something I carry with me every day, and it pushes me to confront the parts of myself I had been avoiding for far too long. Even now, I pray that the divine blesses you with every bit of goodness and happiness you deserve. You are an extraordinary person, selfless, resilient, compassionate, and filled with a light that can soften even the hardest days. You touched my life in ways I will always remember, and no matter where life takes us from here, I will always hold immense respect and admiration for you. You taught me more about love, patience, and emotional responsibility than I ever expected to learn. If nothing else, I hope life gives you everything I failed to give you: peace, consistency, and a love that matches your own. You deserve a love that celebrates you, supports you, and recognizes the immense value you bring to the world. And even though I may no longer be the one standing beside you, I will always be grateful for the time you spent beside me. You showed me what real love looks like, and that is something I will never forget. Your partner now wants you to see the connection for what it truly is, just as you once wished they would. There was a time when you hoped they might recognize the depth, meaning, and spiritual significance of what you shared, but they were not ready then. Now the roles have shifted. They have reached a level of clarity and emotional maturity that allows them to understand the bond on a much deeper level, while you have grown into a more grounded, centered version of yourself. This shift is not accidental. It reflects the natural balancing that occurs when two people are connected in a meaningful, spiritual, or energetically aligned way. The universe has guided both of you to this point because the connection needed space, healing, and realignment in order to evolve into something healthier and more stable. Because you are no longer trying to push the situation, force timing, or control outcomes, new energy is entering the connection. You are being given this period as an opportunity to clear any lingering low vibration patterns, emotional heaviness, or attachment issues that might still be present. These old wounds were once triggered by fear of abandonment, fear of loss, or fear that things would never unfold the way you hoped. If these fears remain unaddressed, they can create blocked or conflicted energy between you both. That is why this healing phase is so important. It's not a punishment, but rather a moment of preparation. The universe is helping you release what no longer serves you so that when the connection strengthens again, it does so with stability, emotional clarity, and mutual trust. To move through this phase peacefully, try to stay centered within yourself. Instead of worrying about what your partner is thinking or what might happen next, direct that energy back into your life, your goals, and your personal purpose. When you reconnect with your own power and sense of direction, you naturally rise into a higher vibration that aligns you with better outcomes, not only romantically, but in all areas of life. You are already whole within yourself. That is an essential truth the universe wants you to recognize. Your partner is not someone who completes you, but someone who adds value to your already complete life. They amplify your growth, your joy, and your evolution, but they are not the source of it. This self-understanding is what transforms the dynamic from attachment into healthy connection. Everything you have dreamed about or quietly hoped for within this connection is capable of coming true, but patience and trust are required. Manifestation unfolds through alignment, not force. The more you nurture your inner peace, the faster external situations align with your desires. Staying connected to the divine, or to whatever spiritual guidance you trust, will help you maintain clarity and protect you from slipping back into old patterns. When you stay rooted in faith rather than fear, you allow the universe to work behind the scenes in ways you cannot always see. Progress is happening even when it feels quiet on the surface. Your partner, on their part, has reached a point where they clearly understand what you mean to them and what they want from this connection. They do not want to be just friends, and the thought of downgrading the relationship to something casual or emotionally distant does not resonate with them at all. Their feelings are deeper than that, and they are becoming more ready, and more willing, to take real steps toward commitment. They recognize your value, your presence in their life, and the emotional impact you have on them. This recognition is not superficial, it comes from reflection, growth, and the understanding that what exists between you is rare and meaningful. They are preparing to come forward with communication, and this communication will not be vague or uncertain. It will be purposeful, heartfelt, and aligned with the deeper truth of what they feel for you. Instead of avoiding emotions or holding back out of fear, they are moving toward expressing what you represent in their life. The upcoming discussion will likely revolve around the importance of the connection, the bond you share, and the role you play in their emotional and spiritual world. They want you to understand how significant you are to them and how seriously they take the potential future between you. This period of reflection, healing, and inner alignment is guiding both of you toward a stronger, more secure version of the relationship. As long as you continue nurturing your inner peace, staying patient, and trusting the divine timing of the connection, you will see things unfold in a way that honors both your growth and your heart's desires.